Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Accidental Entrepreneur by Ruban. Have you ever got into a situation where you're going to have a key meetings and you get anxious about it, anxiety takes over it? How do you prepare for this kind of meeting? How do you present and how do you achieve your goals? Today's presentation, I'm going to talk about anticipation. So anticipation is a very key word in my life because when you have anticipate what is going to happen and you prepare for that and then you understand the environment around it and then you go prepared and then present well, you achieve the end goal. For that, to achieve the anticipation, I look at it at three terms. One of them is presentation, one is participant or participation, the third one is the presentation, these three P's. What does it mean by presentation? So you're going to go and meet somebody and you're going to have a goal of selling something or convincing them to do something. So before that, you want to play out the scenario in your mind and see how you are going to be addressing that, what are the issues they are facing, and why your solution will be better than others. You put that, you run that through your mind. That kind of mindset and able to play out early and understand where the other people will come from, which are the angle, that will give you very, very good confidence when you go in. So you have to be well prepared by doing research, by understanding the situation. And one of the area which I talked about in my writings is about education. Foundational education and knowing the basics, the physics of it, the science of it, business of it, that will help you prepare for, when you are encountering these kind of problems. The second one is the participant or participation. So when you are going to go into a meeting, now you have, there are people who are going to attend the meeting and you're going to talk to them and convince them, why it needs to be done. It's important for you to understand the environment. What is the pain point? What is their problem? And what are their background? Where even sometime where they have worked or what they have done previously, those kind of information. So for that, actually, when I joined my sales organization, we learned a concept called Miller-Hyman. In that concept, you have normally four, environmental people around you. One of them is technical buyer, one of them is economical buyer, the other one is a user, the other one is a coach. These four people together will make a decision at the customer side of it. So when you learn those, what each one of those characters will play, as well as you address their concerns and questions, and you will be able to be successfully close the deal. So this is where you prepare well, and go about doing it right. The third one is presentation. So now you have prepared yourself from your education, your knowledge, your research, and then you are participant by researching their background and their need and their pain point. Now you have to go able to present your idea and your concept. In this one, first part of it is the 2 weeks ago I talked about just ask. So I always open with asking some questions, to make sure we are addressing the right concern. And the second one is when you ask the question, the second part of it is you want to listen. So you listen what they are going to tell you. And that way, when your time to present, you are, talking to them with what their problem is, what their concerns are, and what you are trying to solve for them. And I have given this one in the third one, very good example of one of my co-founder in both of my companies. He was the main CTO and the CEO of the company. And he had this top capability of extracting this kind of information from the customers and then learning from them and use that as a main point to coach them why our solution will work. When he went through that kind of process, most of the people felt like, oh, I understand the problem. Even, they didn't even realize they were the one gave him the problem statement. So he, recitated that one to them. And then he went through telling our solution, how it will solve their problem. That is very important part. You can have so much smart people, so much, excellent idea, even a very, creative product. But if you don't have that knowledge of why the customers want and when do they need, and if you don't anticipate that very well, and you are going to be wasting your time preparing for all this, as well as wasting the time of your customers. So to me, this is very important point for most of the up and coming entrepreneurs, as well as it doesn't need to be entrepreneurs. Even when you're working in a corporate world, you want to make sure wherever each scenario, each situation you go into, you have that mindset of anticipation. Okay, try that out at your workplace and give me your comment how you feel that whether when you go and anticipate and go and address others' issue, how this problem gets solved quickly. Thank you. See you next week.